endeavour to love and be loved. Quarrels are more costly than friendly settlements, and a good grace is like honey, the flavour of which lasts for a long time on one's tongue. Love, love. Love friends and enemies to be like your Father, who allows the rain to fall on the good and the wicked, and lets the sun shine on the just and the unjust, and will grant eternal sunshine and dew, and hellish fire and hail, when the good will be chosen, like selected ears of corn, amongst the sheaves of the harvest. It is not enough to love those who love you, and from whom you expect reciprocation. That is no merit. It is a joy, and also naturally honest men can do it. Also the publicans and the Gentiles do it. But you must love according to God, and out of respect for God, who is the creator also of those who are your enemies, or are not very fond of you. I want the perfection of love in you, and I therefore say, be perfect, as your Father who is in heaven is perfect. So great is the precept of love for your neighbour, the perfecting of the precept of love for your neighbour, that I no longer say, as it was said, do not kill, because he who kills will be condemned by men. But I say to you, do not get angry, because a higher judgment is above you and takes into account immaterial actions. Who insults his brother will be condemned by the Sanhedrin, but who treats him as a madman and consequently has harmed him will be condemned by God. It is useless to make offers at the altar unless you, for the sake of God, first sacrifice your ill feelings in your hearts, and you fulfill the most holy rite of forgiveness. Therefore, when you are about to make an offering to God, and you remember that you have wronged your brother, and you bear him a grudge because of a fault of his, leave your offer before the altar. Make first the sacrifice of your self-esteem by becoming reconciled to your brother. Then come to the altar, and only then your sacrifice will be holy. You'll note that Jesus says that it's useless to make offerings at the altar unless we forgive. And this is a theme, and in fact it's in the Our Father. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Jesus says that if you want, say, healing from God, but you harbour ill will to someone, even if it's not your fault, even if they're the guilty ones, you're wasting your time asking things of God. And this is really a reflection of that. Offerings at the altar, communication with God, seeking assistance from God. It's going to be like a closed door to us. Heaven will be a closed door to us while we bear anybody ill will. Again, a big burden, because there are major reasons why one bears ill will to others. There can be. I know there'll be many people who've got reasons that I can't even imagine to bear animosity to other people, maybe even going back to childhood. This is what makes Jesus' teaching very hard, but it's there. It's not just in the poem of Man God, it's in the Gospels. And so we'd be very foolish to not pay attention to it. And I'm sure that because I know there are terrible things that people have to carry with them, the fact they suffered at the hands of someone else. And when I say I'm sure, I'm no authority, but this is what I think, that if one struggles to try to forgive, but doesn't achieve it this year, this month, next year, but keeps struggling, and maybe forgives, and then it goes back again to resentment and hatred, but picks oneself up again and tries again and keeps trying. My view is that God will positively regard that. And the gates of heaven will not be closed, as I suggested, to the person who asks things from God. But of course, the first asking is for the gift of forgiveness of others, it would seem to me, before going to the altar. And the altar we can speak of as heaven itself, in some ways. Just a practical thought, really, in our relations with heaven. Full agreement is always the best business. The judgment of man is precarious, and who stubbornly challenges it may lose the cause and have to pay the opponent down to the last coin, or languish in jail. In everything, turn your eyes to God. Ask yourselves, am I entitled to do what God does not do to me? Because God is not so stubborn and implacable as you are. Woe to you if he were. No one would be saved. Let that consideration induce you to mild, humble, pitiful feeling, and then you will certainly receive a reward from God, both here and in the next world. Here, in front of me, there is also one who hates me and dares not say to me, "Cure me," because he knows that I am aware of his thoughts. But I say, let it be done as you wish. And as the scales fall from your eyes, so may ill feelings and darkness fall from your heart. You may all go with my peace. I will speak to you again tomorrow. The crowds disperse slowly, waiting perhaps for the cry of a miracle, which, however, is not heard. Also the apostles and the first disciples who remain on the mountain ask, "Who was it? Has he not been cured?" And they insist with the Master, who is standing with folded arms, watching the crowd descending the mountain. Jesus at first does not reply. He then says, "His eyes are cured, but his soul is not. It cannot be cured, because it is full of hatred." But who is it? That Roman, perhaps? No, a poor wretch. "Why did you cure him then?" asks Peter. "Should I strike by lightning all the people like him?" "Lord, I know that you do not want me to say yes, and so I will not say it. But that is what I think, and it is the same. It is the same, Simon of Jonah. You should know then. Oh, how many hearts covered with scales of hatred there are around me. Come, let us go up there to the top, to look from the height at our beautiful Sea of Galilee, only you and I."